How's it going, guys? Cody guys back again, dropping yet another video. Right, as you can see from the title of this video, this vlog is about a story that's just come to light about a tragic death in custody that took place yesterday at my old prison, HMP Manchester, or Strangeways as we call it locally. The headline reads, "Investigation into HMP Manchester inmate death." A 29-year-old inmate has died in prison, the prison service has confirmed. Kieron Simpson died at HMP Manchester, formerly known as Strangeways, on Wednesday, a few days after his birthday, the prison service have said. An independent investigation into the death will be carried out by the Prisons and Probation Ombudsman. A prison spokesman said, "Our sincere condolences are with Mr. Simpson's family and friends at this difficult time." The Ministry of Justice said it would not confirm any more details of the incident. HMP Manchester is a high security prison which houses approximately 1,200 inmates. Right, first things first, my thoughts and prayers are with Kieron Simpson and Kieron Simpson's family and friends at this sad time. Can't even imagine what you guys are going through. As someone that speaks about prison issues a lot, guys, right? And obviously, I've spoke about prison suicides before. After I did a vlog on the tragic suicide of prisoner Tony Payne, who tragically took his own life earlier this year in Walton Prison, I get people reaching out to me and stuff like that. I'm sick and tired of hearing about prisoners leaving prisons in body bags. It's a national crisis. It's beyond words, and yet the Ministry of Justice do absolutely nothing. These are real people, guys. Real people. Some of them have got mental health problems. A lot of them have been victims themselves. A lot of them are suffering psychologically, emotionally. Strangeways is a horrible prison, right? I've been in that prison. The regime is horrific. The conditions are horrific. And to hear about Kieron Simpson, like I say, it's not been confirmed that it's a suicide. He was only 20 and he just turned 29, I believe. Again, my thoughts and prayers are with his friends and family and stuff. But the prison ombudsman and all that, they do an investigation and stuff where Kieron's family, they'll have the option to go into the prison, to go and look at the cell where this incident tragically took place. Like I say, if it died of natural causes, the Ministry of Justice would have spoken up about it. What annoys me about this whole situation, guys, right, is the Ministry of Justice, right, a man has, I'm going to assume that this man has tragically taken his own life, right? And for the Ministry of Justice to say it would not confirm any more details of the incident shows that this is what they tried to do. They tried to stop stories getting out by putting a blanket policy of, we do not discuss individual cases. We will not confirm any more details. And the reason they do that is because it causes outrage amongst decent people, people with empathy and hearts and stuff that actually think, well, prisoners, right, they're in prison, right? And then they're going to be released and stuff. And a lot of people want to brutalise prisoners, but with the same heart, there's a lot of people that actually think, well, they feel a lot of empathy and sympathy for prisoners because a lot of prisoners themselves have been victims and stuff. But far too many people, guys, are leaving prisons in body bags up and down this country, right? Mental health is huge. You've got, obviously, people that are taking things like spice or drugs, bullying, fear, intimidation, violence, misery, death and despair. That's prison in a nutshell, right? And stories like this, guys, right, as a local lad, obviously from Manchester, it absolutely hurts me and breaks me, right, that prisoners are leaving prison in body bags and stuff. And like I say, how many more people have to die before the Ministry of Justice act? Mental health services in prison, next to non-existent, right? Body bags are as much part of prison life as the bars, the understaffing, the spice, drones, do you know what I'm saying? The violence, the self-harm, the death, the despair and everything else, right? On average, a prisoner leaves prison every 3 days in a body bag. There's 50 cell fires a week. We're seeing record numbers of assaults, record numbers of self-harm. But then the media are writing stories, cushy prisons, butlins with bars, holiday camps. I can't tell you guys enough. It hurts me, guys. It genuinely hurts me. 29, man, young man in prison, a few days after his birthday, right? The blood for me of Kieron Simpson, God bless him, may rest in peace, is on the hands of the prison service, is on the hands of the Ministry of Justice. Will anyone be held to account if it turns out that Kieron, God bless him, took his own life? No. There's no accountability when it comes to the Ministry of Justice. There's no accountability when it comes to suicide within prison. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, the reason that I've come to the conclusion that it possibly is a suicide is the fact that the Ministry of Justice have refused straight up to release any more details in relation to that incident. If it was died of natural causes, that would come out. They'd say a prisoner died of natural causes, blah, blah, blah. But the fact is as well, if you look at the wording where it says there, a 29-year-old inmate has died in prison, the prison service has confirmed. So Kieron Simpson's family could have contacted the media, and then the media have contacted the prison because they have to confirm the details. And then, like I say, they've confirmed it. Because the prison service guys and the Ministry of Justice, they don't run to the papers and say, we've had a suicide, we've had a self-harm, we've had this happen, we've had that happen. They try to keep a lid on it to stop these stories getting out because it causes outrage amongst decent people with decent hearts and empathy and stuff like that. What's going on in prisons, guys, is a humanitarian crisis that is beyond words, right? It really, really is. More prisoners, more problems. More suicides, more self-harm. You know what I mean? It's just beyond words, guys. It really, really is. And yet nobody gives a shit. The government don't act. Just think about is there a more depressing place, right, to pass away than a cell in Strangeways? You've seen Her Majesty's Inspectorate of Prison Reforms going on about rancid, squalid conditions, prisoners sharing the cells with mice and cockroaches, right? You've got like a little metal carsy behind your bunk bed, yeah, if you're in one of them cells. You're locked up 22, 23 hours a day. In my opinion, that amount of lock-up, it can start mental health problems, but for a lot of prisoners who've already got mental health problems and stuff, I'll be honest with you guys, whilst I was in Strangeways, yeah, my first ever sentence on remand on a witness intimidation, I wrote a suicide letter to my mum, right? Now, some of you might try and troll me about that, right? I hit rock bottom. I've been knocked back on bail app after bail application. I thought, you know what? I'm never getting out, right? And I wrote a suicide note to my mum from my prison cell. I cried my eyes out while I was writing it. I wanted to die. I wanted it to be the end. The following day I had a visit and it perked me up. Not everyone that's in prison has got that support network, that's got that family connection and stuff like that. And you can spiral and you can fall into despair and misery and stuff like that. In prison, and I've said this in a lot of videos, most dangerous thing, not the other prisoners, not the spice, not the understaffing, not the weapons within prison, not the drugs, your own thoughts. You think, you overthink, you overanalyze, you run things through in your mind, and it can literally make you climb the walls, right? And like I say, if this was natural causes, it wouldn't come out like this, and the Ministry of Justice wouldn't have battened it down. But anything that's going to reflect bad on the Ministry of Justice, they tried to keep a lid on it, and that's what I think they've done in this situation. So either way, whether Kieron Simpson's died of natural causes or, in my opinion, tragically taking his own life, my thoughts and prayers are with him and with his family and with his friends at this time. When the prison service have said there, our sincere condolences are with Mr. Simpson's family and friends at this difficult time. Let me tell you, that's just a generic line that they throw out. They don't give a shit. Right? The prison ombudsman is supposed to be independent. I don't buy it myself. Everything gets swept under the rug. And like I say, prisoners are being brutalised up and down prisons, up and down the country. Mental health services are lacking. You've got listeners within the prison wing. For those who don't know, listeners are the prisoners that are trained to listen to your problems and stuff. But if you're set on taking your own life, nobody can stop you. You get suicidal prisoners that are put in single cells because they're deemed as high risk. And that's where they can take their lives. If you put someone that's at risk like that and put them in a double cell, then their padmate, cellmate, could get on the buzzer, could pull them down, could stop them like trying to take their own life, overdosing, slashing up, stringing up, where that means hanging themselves, things like that. But the provisions are just not there, guys. Like I say, I've been in Strangeways, and I can't stress to you enough just how bad that prison is. It really, really is, guys. Massively so. The prison, in my opinion, is not fit for purpose and stuff. And it's been, I think it's 28 years since the Strangeways riot back in 1990. And not much else has changed, guys. The sanitation has been installed. Televisions came in 1999, early 2000. Apart from that, the prison system, guys, is actually gone backwards. Mental health care is non-existent. People are suffering in prisons up and down the country, locked behind the doors. And like I say, some people are in for minor crimes, some people are in for serious crimes, some people are serving weeks, some people are serving months, some people are serving decades, some people are serving life. But the mental anguish that prison causes, I can't stress enough. I did a video yesterday about preparing for prison, right? No amount of words or watching videos or watching films or documentaries on prison life will prepare you for the mental roller coaster, emotional roller coaster that is prisons. We all do the macho thing and talk about, yeah, the funny tides, but look at the negatives. It affects everybody, I believe, prison. And not just those that are in prison, but also the families that are on the outside of prison. This story, like I say, guys, it's very limited what information we've got right now. It's probably wrong of me to surmise that this is a suicide, but obviously watching and keeping up to date with prison issues and stuff like that, I know how the Ministry of Justice work, guys, and I know that they throw out this blanket policy of we do not discuss individual prisoners, we will not confirm any details in relation to this incident. And that is to stop stories getting out. Now, my advice would be, if any of Kieron Simpson's family watch this, would be contact the media and shout from the rooftop so that Kieron's death is not in vain. I give the same information to, I did a video on the tragic suicide of Tony Payne, a man that had severe mental health problems and tragically took his own life in Walton Prison. I spoke to his mother 48 hours after Tony's death. I set up loads of interviews for her, and she was able she's such a strong woman, having to relive over and over and over Tony's suicide in that prison, in that squalid, horrific, not fit for purpose Walton jail, right? And it was so that Tony's death is not in vain. And more people, we need more whistleblowers in the prison system, whether it's prisoners contacting media from inside the prison, prisoners contacting me, prisoners' families contacting me. We can get the stories out there, right? No one should die in prison and it be swept under the rug. It's as simple as that. It's like I say, for most of the people on the right side of the tracks, they don't give two shits about prisoners. They want to lock us up and throw away the key. But the thing is, prison's not there for prisoners' emotions and stuff. Prison's not there for society's emotions, right? It's really, really not. And like I say, eventually, one day, unless you're serving a whole life tariff, these prisoners are going to be released into society and stuff. And we should treat them decently whilst they're in prison. We should give them skills, training, education and everything, resettlement, reintegration, so that they stand a second chance in society. Mental health provisions, guys, in prison are absolutely just inadequate and non-existent. You see me talking about it. You see Stephen French talking about it the other day in the question and answer session that we did down at Piccadilly Station here in Manchester. I get a lot of prisoners, girlfriends and families and stuff contacting me, people that find themselves might be looking down the barrel of a prison sentence, right? I'm not an expert on anything. I'm an expert in my own life. And there's far too many people leaving prison in body bags, guys. It really, really is. It fails me, guys. It honestly it hurts me that this is going on in prisons. 29-year-old, just think what his family are going through. He might have children himself. Sad state of affairs, guys. And unfortunately, these deaths are going to carry on happening in our prisons until the Ministry of Justice decrease prison numbers, increase prison staff, and decrease prison numbers. Prisons should be getting closed, but they're talking about building 4 more super prisons. One in Rochester in Kent, one in Llanelli down at Baglan Moor. I think there's one in London, and then there's supposed to be opening one near Full Sutton as well. And one here in Inley as well, near Wigan. Shouldn't be building more prisons. More prisons, more problems. It's just... it just hurts me, guys. Right, I'm going to leave this video here, guys. my thoughts and prayers are with Kieron Simpson's friends and family at this tragic time. God bless you all. May Kieron rest in peace. Speak to you all later, guys. Bye.